Okay, I'll start the meeting. So, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Murtaza Hassan from Bizload Solutions, and the plan is to do webinars constantly on, on maybe like a weekly or a fortnightly or a monthly basis. So the topic today is digital transformation projects. Okay. So before I get started, I wanted to introduce everyone. So, Adele, you there? Can you hear me, Adele?
Yes, good morning. I'm here.
Hey, mate. Can you introduce yourself? Uh, what's your like? Are you IT background person, or a bit about yourself? So yeah.
Yeah, I'm from UK. I used to be IT manager. I've been resigned last 2 days, just opening my own company, and I've established my company 4 years ago as a part-time. So I've become as a self-employed full-time as IT trust PC expert company. Just focusing on a small business and medium business.
Okay, okay. So have you ever been involved in digital transformation projects or anything like that?
Yeah, in terms of employee, yes, I did, not as a self-employed. I've worked in IT around 15 years now.
Okay, okay. So have you like do you have technical knowledge at all in terms of development, like in any way? Like for example, do you know coding and all those type of things as well?
Yes,
Okay, that's good. That's good. And I think UK they primarily probably use Microsoft as their and C sharp programming language as the main programming language there, I guess. Is that correct in UK? Is that what I believe?
yes.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Hamza, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Uh, Hi, this is Hamza, and I do not belong to any IT background, but I'm here to get into it because I want to, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, cool, cool. And I don't know your name. I think it's coming up as Iconic Property Care. Can you introduce yourself, mate? Hello? Can you introduce yourself? Okay, that's okay. All right, let's move forward. So basically, I wanted to give you introduction to digital transformation projects and why we go with digital transformation projects and what's the advantage of digital transformation? How does it benefit your organization? All these type of things, right? So let me just give a let me just introduce, let me just go to this PowerPoint presentation. Um, just one second. Let me just 1 second. So if I can go to the slideshow, right? So basically, digital transformation projects, right? So, what is a digital transformation project, right? So basically, things as you guys have probably used like Word documents or Excel data sheets for data entry, or maybe paper-based forms, right? You might remember in some companies that to get approvals, you need to take forms to different managers. You need to do the signing and all this type of thing, and all that type of stuff, right? So one example of digital transformation project is converting all those Word documents or Excel Word documents forms or Excel data entry forms or paper-based forms into online document forms with approvals, right? So basically, why we do this is because, for example, everything is done on your computer, right? So what happens is that you submit a form online. I'm pretty sure you guys have done a lot of this in the past. right? You to take, for example, a visa application, website, right? You go, you go in the portal, you fill out your visa application. What happens from there? You go and you you fill out your visa details. You submit the form. Then obviously you do the payment, and then when you submit the form, that data eventually goes to the CRM in the background, right? And you get an email saying that your form has been submitted for approval, right? And then in the background, there's a CRM application that does all your approvals and goes from there, right? Now, that's basically a good example of a digital transformation project. At the end, what happens is in the visa application form that either your visa gets approved or rejected, and there's a whole bunch of things going on in the middle, right? So, for example, what will happen is that staff that are reviewing your visa would go and do a whole review and check, if your documents are valid, if your if your visa is valid, if all your conditions meet the condition, and then at the end, after maybe this might even take a couple of months, your visa might you might get an email saying that your visa is approved or your visa is rejected, right? So, and if you get a visa approved, you get a visa, you get an email document with an attachment saying this is your visa, or you can basically get a rejected email saying that your visa is not approved. Okay. Now, if I tell you that a lot of these applications you can make with doing like not no code, but minimal code, right? So creating the online forms, creating all the approvals, creating the emails that are getting sent to customers and everything. Yes, it still takes time to develop, but if you develop without using code or minimal code, then that's why systems such as Salesforce CRM or Microsoft Dynamics CRM, these are where it comes really handy that you can create all these type of forms much more quicker than creating a form where you have to code out everything and do it from scratch. Okay. So one example I want to show you, right, is an example of a paper-based form. So we have this Word document here. We have some questions here in the paper-based form. And then what happens in the background, this data is all this, we're converting this form into digital form, right? This data is in Dynamics 365. We convert it to an online form, right? What happens is that we have a portal, a front-end website. So think of the visa application, right? So you have a front-end portal. In the portal, what you do is you have your forms that you've created, you have your status, and you can create a new form and you can view all pending draft forms, or you can modify your pending draft forms. And this is an example of what an online form, part of an online form looks like. It has your details here, and it has your information, and it's like a wizard. You can fill out one section of the form, you click on next, and you click on clicking next, and the last thing you'd probably do is upload some attachments. And then what happens is at the end, what you do after you submit the form, you get an email saying, hi, your form has been submitted for approval, and kind regards, online approval team. So this is an example of a form that you get an email notification. Now, these type of email notifications, there is a thing called workflows, and they usually send these type of email notifications, right? So all this can be done with a minimum amount of code. And that's why CRM is a highly preferred tool to use for digital transformation projects, right? Whereas if you think of a normal web application where you have to do a lot of coding and a lot of, like the whole thing you have to code, it will take you ages. Whereas CRM, you can do these things much, much quicker. Okay. So this is a bit of an insight into, you know, CRM digital transformation projects. This is an example of a workflow here where you would go and you would create a workflow based on your what form that you have submitted or modified, and yeah, and this is another example of a digital transformation project form. This is another example for field service. So like imagine a very complex system, right? I'm not talking about basic web applications here. I'm talking about very complex systems. I think of a roadside assistance, right? So a roadside assistance application is very complex, right? Think of now, you guys have probably been involved in roadside assistance somewhere down the track, especially if you live in a Western country, right? What happens that your car gets something happens to your car while you're driving, you call a roadside assistance company. Maybe your car battery is flat, and then they come to your they come to where your car is, and then they replace the battery there and on the spot, and then your car's good to go, right? So think of this type of company, a roadside assistance, where you got staff traveling through, all these different locations around the city, and you need a centralized system to manage all these resources, all your staff that are, you're gonna allocate the bookings for them. You got to tell them to go to this certain location. They probably have a mobile app on their phone. They're gonna say, okay, on the mobile app, they'll be shown that, okay, we have to go to this location, we have to go to that location, right? And CRM, Microsoft Dynamics CRM, and maybe even Salesforce CRM and other CRM applications, they can handle these type of projects very, very good, right? So here's an example where you have like a map here, and you have your resources here, and you have your calendar here. And this is a lot of these things are inbuilt into CRM. Yes, you have to customize it if you're developing an application like this for customers. But yes, I mean, look, you can see here you got your resources here. Now, if you want to drag your resource in this certain time, you go, okay, well, this time this resource needs to be going here, and we put him on a map. We go, he has to go to this place in the map. That resource, that NRMA roadside assistance person, he would get a notification on his mobile phone, and even that mobile phone is a CRM based application. He'll get a notification saying, okay, this is where you have to go. Then he probably has an option to approve or reject to see if he can go to that location. Then eventually goes to that location, and he does his job with the client, right? So these are as I said, these are very complex applications that are used. And one thing is that one thing I like to go about is that that a lot of companies, right? Private corporate organizations, insurance companies, banks, government, they're all using CRM very heavily, right? And basically, that's one reason why, especially in Australia, in the Australian market, a lot of companies have invested heavily on CRM, and CRM applications are very widely used, or at least wants to be used. And the only reason why someone will be pushing back to have a very online digital CRM application is maybe because of the cost involved, and maybe because of the time that requires to do it. But still, these days, as you guys know, people are using paper-based. Still, they're using Word documents to fill out online forms. They're still using Excel to data entry. But slowly, as I know, and if people, especially if medium to corporate companies, can afford these type of CRM applications where they can convert all their paper-based to digital and online forms with approvals, then slowly, I mean, as we speak, probably in the last 10, 20 years, companies have been slowly migrating paper-based forms and Word documents and Excel data entry to online forms, right? And basically, and it's been happening in the last 10, 15 years, and it's going to happen again in the next 10 to 20 years. And then if you think about it, there's other tools like AI and all these other things coming out. There's a thing in Microsoft Dynamics 365 called Copilot, where maybe you can talk or you can type something and it might make a bit of your application for you in your CRM. All right, so this is a bit of background regarding the the digital transformation projects. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts, right? So Adil, have you came across these type of projects before? Any feedback regarding these type of applications? What do you think the market in UK, are they getting highly digital transformation, like from all the way from the government level to private companies levels? And yeah, can you give a bit of feedback regarding this?
Yes, indeed. So the information you provided, I already used it and I knew about it. So, for example, my previous job working as an IT manager, we used to use the Power BI. So you just put the data and then they generate all the data for you. And as you mentioned, also the AI is getting better and better. So it's saving a lot of time as a human being time and developing our, requirement and skills as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to use it in my new company as well when it gets established and grown up, because it saves a lot of time of doing the manual process.
Yeah, no, that's exactly true. Because these days, as you know, organizations, it's all about getting the work done quickly as possible. Don't compromise on the quality, but getting the work done as quickly as possible, right? At the end, time is money, right? So the thing is that when it comes to online forms and all these type of things, people want forms quickly. They want to fill out quickly. They want online approvals. Now everything is laptop based, as you know. Very few things are going paper based and all these type of things. So yeah, thanks for your feedback, Adil. Hamza, can you give an what's your idea about digital transformation projects? Well, how do you see them, and do you think that's a bright future for the Australian market and also other countries as well? And why would you think that for example, why would you think a person should invest in digital transformation projects? Can I get your feedback?
Yeah, I think businesses are moving from paper-based to CRM quite a lot, as I've seen recently. So first it was the top businesses, and then it's coming down to mid-tier businesses. Now I have seen that lower businesses are also investing it in, especially in Australia. And if you talk about other countries, I have seen I have seen a few experiences while shopping online or getting an interaction with other countries online. So I have seen they are also moving to this like with a quite a lot of speed. So I think it's a really bright business for this. But in terms of clients, I'm confused about it, because it's really hard to get clients like it's really hard for people to get the clients. So I'm still not sure about that.
No, that's okay. Thanks. 1 second. That's okay. Thanks for your feedback, Hamza. Yes, look, everyone wants this, right? Every company wants these type of things, right? It's just a matter of the time and they have to for this and all these type of things, right? So yeah, so that thanks for your feedback. Arsalan, can you give a bit of feedback why we should use digital transformation projects? Why is it very important in Australian market or other place market? Can you give feedback?
Yeah, sure, Murtaza. So, like, I have been working with a company named as Bait.com. So, I just recently moved to Australia. They are heavily based on the CRMs. So, they have a multiple products. Most of their products are tech licenses. Most of them are reliable. Smaller projects are reliable on the HubSpot. So, you can say that, it makes easy for the sales management team to like take a lead and make a proper follow up with them. So these kind of things make making products or software houses or you can say new new software companies to use this CRMs.
Okay, cool. Thanks for your feedback. Look, one thing is that CRM and especially AI with CRM is a very, very baby topic that's happening, a baby industry that's growing a lot, and I have a feeling like online digital forms and approvals and all this, a lot of new and as we talk about AI, like every week things are developing and new things are coming out, and you don't know the future. And the problem with that as well is sometimes people's jobs are at risk as well. You know what I mean? Like if you have a full-time developer and doing all this stuff, and well, what do you know? AI can do half of that work for you. Then maybe you might have three, four website developers and decide, or you might have three, four CRM developers, and you decide maybe I should cut back on, two. I'll just take out two developers and I'll keep two. And this is the market trend that people might be heading towards. And look, advantage and a disadvantage. Advantage is this, that AI is the future, and CRM and online forms and all these things, they're the future of basically, corporate companies where everyone wants to get away from Excel, everyone wants to get away from Word document, right? But yeah, no, this was a very interesting topic about digital transformation project. Does anyone have any other questions before we wrap up this
Yeah,
webinar?
yeah, Murtaza, I have a question other than this webinar. So I just moved to this Australia on a skill graduate visa. I have been working with as a senior QA engineer at Bit.com. So I'm quite confused. Like it's been 1 month, and I'm like unable to explore the job market of this company. Sorry, this country. So I just wanna have a session, or you should arrange a session how to actually tackle a job hunt, or how you should land in for a job in Australia. So right now, as I just came with a lot of experience with automation and manual and other things that were very helpful in being in Pakistan, working with the different companies. When I landed over here, I'm just, you can say, blanked out. I don't know how to lead with these things. Be having a tag of a senior Q engineer, and you are landing in a country and you don't know how to actually do a job hunt, or as everybody knows what people from Pakistan doing on a student visa, and you have to do that. I'm not don't want to disclose that thing people are doing over here. So yeah, I just want to have a session from your side to tell us how to actually do a better job hunt.
Okay. Yeah, look, CRM as a job market is very good here as well. The only thing with Salesforce CRM, Microsoft Dynamics CRM, if you have a coding background, then that's very much where you can get involved and start learning CRM and going from there as well. And generally, if your visa status, if you are a citizen of a country, or if you are a permanent resident of a country, there is a lot of job market here in the CRM, and especially if you get to that stage where you've got like 4 or 5 years experience, then 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 it's a very good job market here, at least for the last 10 years. This is what we've been seeing in the Australian market, that there is a lot of job opportunities. And feel free to message me after this on mobile phone, and we can discuss about, if you wanted to get into the CRM market or something like that, or something related, we can discuss, and maybe we can help with and I can maybe guide you, with some future job opportunities or something like that. I mean, I don't have jobs myself, but I can guide you how to get into the market and go from there. Does that sound okay, Arsalan?
Yeah, thank you very much. I will definitely bring you after this call. Thank you very much.
No problem, no problem. All right, I'll wrap up this webinar, and hopefully we'll see if we can have more webinars in the future. And yeah, thanks everyone for participating, and enjoy your Sunday. And don't forget, you can't enjoy your Sunday without an ice cream. So do have your ice cream before you finish off Sunday, so you can get ready for work the next following week. So don't forget about your ice cream, especially in Sydney here. It's a very hot day here, so try to at least have an ice cream and enjoy your weekend. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.